Hi everyone, this is Suzette for Cloudy Sky today, and it's April, which is National Poetry Month. So let's rain words to bring beautiful verses. Now, last week I did a Villanelle, and I had a little trouble writing, so I decided to do something that I've done before and just share it with you. And then, of course, we're going to look, because it's so sharp, at what other people have done. So, what is it I have planned for you today? Limericks. Limericks, limericks, limericks. Now, according to the Poetry Foundation, a limerick consists of 5 lines with a rhyme scheme AABBA. Now, it could be 4 lines because, according to them also, Edward Lear popularized a form where he fused the third and fourth lines into a single line with an internal rhyme. Now, let's take a look at one of his. There was an old man with a beard who said, "It is just as I feared. 2 owls and an hen, 4 larks and a wren have all built their nest in my beard." Now, if you take a look, beard and feared rhymed, and of course, beard is on the end again. And 2 owls with an N, 4 larks with a wren. Wait a minute. I did break it out into the AABE. So what Edward Lear did was fuse lines 3 and 4 and made it one line with an inner rhyme. So let's go back a little bit. 2 owls and a hen, 4 larks and a wren have all built their nests in my beard. Now, this is why I like rhymes, limericks. Now, Mother Goose. I think a lot of us are familiar with Mother Goose, with all the nursery rhymes, but this one is Hickory Dickory Dock. The mouse ran up the clock. The clock struck 1, and down he run, Hickory Dickory Dock. Hey, they just use dock, clock, dock for the A rhyme. And then 1, and I can't tell whether it's run or ran. That's the B rhyme. It works. So I had to give it a try last year, 2020. Year known for other things, but hey, it's also was a leap year, just to give you a clue. I once dated a guy who told me he was 3. I stared at him in disbelief. He had a beard, a bike, and bling. He was worldly and had told me things. Then he explained that he was born on February 29th. Now, I did close rhymes, 3, disbelief, 29th. They weren't exactly, exact rhymes. But bling, I had to be correct. I didn't want to say it told me things, so that's why I had to say things. But hey, close, no cigar. But hey, I got a special treat for you. If you didn't like mine, Twitter had a whole bunch last year, and you want to know why? Edward Lear. It was National Limerick Day. May 12th was Edward Lear's birthday. So here's one from the dictionary people, Merriam-Webster. Despite all the warnings you've heard, irregardless is really a word. This linguistic bacteria meets our criteria, even though you might think it absurd. And they really kept to the true rhyme: heard, word, observe. Bacteria, criteria. Yeah, I could take a note out of the book. Next up, when I think of May, I think of May the 4th, and I could never remember whether it's Star Wars or Star Trek, so people do not come for me. But I do know that George Takei was on Star Trek. Sulu was the best pilot on board. The Enterprise majestically soared. His favor Banks Ames brought him wide acclaim, but for God's sakes, don't give him a sword. Pretty good, board, sword, and sword. Now, I also saw a couple of authors on Twitter, and it's cute when they have the character of their book woven, in this case, a character woven in the limerick. There once was a detective named Jesse who met a witness he found sexy. As hard as he tried, he couldn't tell if she lied, and an investigation turned messy. So that was pretty good, yeah. And that was from her mystery romance. I guess character name is Jesse. Then another writer who, I guess, the events of her book take place in a town in Kentucky, also, did a limerick, for her little book. There once was a town in Kentucky. If you move there, your life turns mucky. You turn into a beast of land, sky, or sea, flirt with vampires, and fight with fae. And with your soulmate, consider yourself lucky. And there were a couple more, but I like those two. The way they, did the pretty much perfect rhyme. But it's not just writers and actors getting in on this. Check this out. Science Museum. Turns out Dorothy Hodgkin's birthday is also on National Limericks Day, which is, of course, Edward Lear's birthday, the guy who popularized limericks. There was a chemist named Dorothy. On crystal structure and authority, into crystals she did delve, solving vitamin B12 before insulin became her priority. Hmm. Pretty cute. Science Museum. And you'd be surprised how many scientists are also poets. Just a quick little side thing. I remember speaking, I actually did get to meet Richard Blanca, and he was an engineer. And he reminded me that Margaret Thatcher, who was also Prime Minister of the UK, was also a chemist who also dabbled in some poetry. So, hey, good company right there. Now, I remember my brothers used to play video games. Before Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter was all the rage. And so I had to include this. This is for my brothers, Street Fighters. There once was a man who would wander. His best friend, his rival, and blunder. They trained as a team. From their hands shot beams, right back on the road did he wander. And I included the last one because, hey, even in college at one point, okay, I have many degrees, so let's not get it, but I did major in chemistry at one point, I minored in math. So I had to include something with mathematics. There once was a student of maths who picked up MFEM real fast. She aced her assignment on adaptive mesh refinement, and soon she was having a blast. It was, I would say, close rhymes, math, fast, blast. Assignment and refinement definitely are exact matches. So I hope you enjoy those limericks, and actually go to Twitter next month in May 12th to be exact, and let's see if there's another National Limerick Day and we get some good ones. All right. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and please, if you can, like and subscribe.